You should play action games.
I like action games because I feel like they understand what games are supposed to be. The evolution of this medium of entertainment feels like it's rejecting itself. That if it truly wants to be something worth it, it also has to shed its skin of what made it what it was in the first place. Games are an experience, so obviously we experiment with these experiences and realize how much we can do with video games. This was taken to a place I don't think it should have been taken to. Ever since the birth of a game that criticized an asinine ideology, we started thinking,
a game should now only be like this from now on.
And it has had negative consequences on how games are made. With this tunnel vision perspective, we've ignored that games' primary purpose is to be fun, an enjoyable experience. What was relatively a new height for the medium we semi-regularly enjoy now has stopped being a cornerstone of sorts for this medium. It's now more akin to that nerd with glasses from the Polar Express. An attempt to be mature, deep, and profound, it became jejune, superficial, and pretentious. Which is why action games are important to this topic, because they're what games primarily should be. Mixes of difficulty, enjoyability, and replayability. But where to start? Which game do you play? See, the way I see action games is that they all have the same principles, but go about these principles in different ways. You want to have a safe and popular choice? Try Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising, God of War 1-3. You want less combo-based games and just go on insane power trips and walk around like you own the place? Play Infamous, Prototype, Star Wars The Force Unleashed. If you fancy action games where you use defense a lot more or have a more complex combat system, Zone of the Enders, Yakuza, God of War 4, Ragnarok, and Ninja Gaiden, just one, and Darksiders. You should go spend your money on these games, and they're absolutely worth buying because they don't try to make something incredibly mind-numbingly boring or, cookie cutter. You'll learn a couple of moves, buy upgrades, with in-game money by the way, start cooking, and you repeat the process, and you're making a feast. All of that time and energy sunken into that game paid off, and you're not doing the same thing you were doing when you started playing the game. It's the greatest feeling ever, and it's all worth it. Blasting a bullet sponge and getting dropped after 3 hits isn't a thing here. You're juggling fools, you're rolling simpletons. In these games, you're basically a boss, but only through what tools you have and how you use them. The game does not hand you a win because you spent your real hard-earned money. It does not hold your hand. It does not waste your time with pointless meandering spit-chapel nonsense. It does not try to be an Oscar-level film. It tries to be a game, a fun, enjoyable, replayable, iconic, memorable game. And I think that's perfectly captured in some of their characters, music, story, etc. You got ninjas, cyborgs, half-demons, cyborg ninjas, witches, big robots, demigods, a living virus, super soldiers. The characters are significant in these games because they're the strongest, the fastest, the smartest, and the story is about them in whatever adventure they're on. The music these games produce is pure bliss to the ears. There's not really a word that I can say that can do justice to the music that these games produce. They're just good, dynamic, memorable, they just bang, they go hard, and I think you should listen to them.